Welcome to the NaturPet training series. Today we're going to talk about joint health for pets. We're going to dive into a couple of the NaturPet products to learn a little bit more about how they help with keeping your pet's joints healthy and in the best shape possible. So how does joint care help? Joint care helps by relieving the symptoms of arthritis in dogs and cats. Now, it's important to note, we're not saying that it cures arthritis, but what it does do is helps to relieve the symptoms of arthritis, the pain, the inflammation, the lack of mobility. It does this by cleaning out calcium deposits in the joint, eliminating damaging acids and toxins, reducing the pain and inflammation, improving mobility. And one thing that we do like to say too is don't wait until a dog is already suffering, because the best way that you can help a dog by using these products is to actually start up gradually when they're starting to get to the age that they are risking mobility and joint issues. So when a dog reaches or a cat for that matter, dog reaching the age of 5 or 6, a cat reaching the age of about 9 or 10, just start to supplement their diet with this product, and it's just going to help keep those joints in the best health possible and prevent them from actually having to deal with that pain, the inflammation, and the mobility that often comes with age, often comes with different types of breeds as well. So if you're in a breed that's more prone to joint issues, a really good idea to start taking it even a little bit sooner. So a little bit more about inflammation. So inflammation is actually the body's immune system's response to an irritant, and it's its way of healing a wound, an injury, an illness, or infection. Now, it can be helpful to promote healing, but it becomes harmful when it's chronic or causes pain and inflammation. There's lots of different causes of inflammation. They can be lifestyle, they can be food. It can actually be an allergy that's in the food, and you don't even realize that there's an ingredient in your pet's food that is causing this inflammation in the joints. It can be toxins, calcification, nutritional deficiencies, and others. What is calcification? So this is the accumulation of calcium salts in the tissues. It hardens in the area and limits the range of motion. And it can occur in different areas of the body, such as joints and tendons. Sometimes it's painless, goes away on its own. Other times it can really start to issue the surrounding soft tissues as well and cause greater pain and inflammation. It can also create excess uric acid and mineral imbalances and trauma and lack of movement, and that'll really create the pain and irritation in the joints as well. Toxins can also build up in the body. Normally, these are actually detoxed on their own. They can be from excess trace minerals, heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, molds, xenoestrogens, environmental contaminants. But sometimes the liver and kidneys just can't keep up to all of those, and that can lead to joint pain and inflammation and muscle aches as well. So just a quick recap, with joint care, the ingredients in there are devil's claw, boswellia, turmeric, burdock root, gotu kola, black cohosh, stinging nettle, and bentonite clay. And I actually noticed there is a little misspelling here on turmeric, and we are just going to fix that here as we're in the middle of the training. So yeah, all of those ingredients are excellent for reducing pain and inflammation, for decalcifying the joints, and for removing the toxins. So if you think of joint care as really getting rid of a lot of those harmful things that really cause the deterioration of joints, rather than some of the products that are more about building up and building that collagen. So we're going to move on to the next product in the NaturPet line that is great for keeping your pet's joints healthy, and that's ligaments and muscles. And this one can actually be used in a variety of different settings. It can be used on ACL injuries. It could be used prior to surgery. And ligaments and muscles is actually, we took two of our former products that we had. We had ouch relief, obviously for relieving pain, and then we had trauma recovery, which helped pets to recover from whether it was an injury to a soft tissue or to bones or surgery. And we combined all of those different elements that were in both into one great product, ligaments and muscles. Now this, where joint care was a little bit more about removing the bad stuff, ligaments and muscles is more about giving the good stuff so that the ligaments and the muscles, the soft tissues, the tendons, the joints can all be in the best shape possible. So it helps to speed the healing of connective tissue. Also provides your pet with all the nutrients that their body needs to repair those injured tissues and areas in their bodies. Helps to keep the joints lubricated, and it controls the pain that's associated by chronic illness, traumatic injury, and other conditions. It also does target pain and inflammation. And not only that, a lot of pets that are undergoing a lot of pain have trouble sleeping, or they can be a little bit agitated. And this also has a calming element to help your pet deal with the stress of having that pain or having that injury or just coming out of surgery, which can be quite stressful. And it helps to restore those sleep patterns that are often disturbed by pain. It's very nutritive. So there is mucilage from marshmallow root that is kind of like a slippery substance that's very moisturizing. It coats the tissues and it really helps them to heal and reduces the inflammation in them as well. The silica in horsetail also improves the calcium absorption. So you may have calcium in your pet's diet, but maybe they're not absorbing it to the extent that they could be. And the horsetail will actually help them to absorb that better, which will help them to just heal up those bones. If they've had a bone injury. Also will help with the collagen formation to help not only speed up the healing of the bones, but also the cartilage, the joints, and the skin, and really build up the cushioning in those joints. Also contains trace minerals that are in kelp, including calcium, vitamin C, copper, manganese. These will strengthen the bones, repair the connective tissue damage, and reduce the inflammation in the joints. As I mentioned before, Ligaments and Muscles also contains a couple of calming herbs. There's valerian root and ashwagandha. Valerian root is one of the most calming herbs around, and it's going to help soothe and relax your stressed pet, and is also very beneficial for reducing pain that is associated with their ligaments being very tense in their muscles as well, because it's going to relax those muscles, relax the nerves, and the joints will relax as a result. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen that helps the body to deal with stress and pain, and that's going to also help speed up the recovery. It'll rebuild strength while it's combating the stress of that illness and promote relaxation, improve sleep as well. Ligaments and Muscles also targets pain and inflammation. Now, where our ouch relief was great for pain and inflammation, it wasn't something that could be used for cats. It also couldn't be used following surgery. We've switched that up, and we've got different ingredients now that help with the pain and inflammation, but is also cat friendly and can be used right after surgery, and there's no risk of bleeding. So a little bit better ingredients make it a little bit more versatile product. The white willow bark that was in the ouch relief is very effective for pain and inflammation, but because it's restrictive, we were finding it just wasn't, we weren't able to help as many pets as we would have liked. So we've changed that up, and we feel we've got a very improved formula here. So the marshmallow root in Ligaments and Muscles, again, like we said, it contains the mucilage and flavonoids, and that's going to help reduce the inflammation. Also has pain relieving effects. And it has diuretic effects as well, which will also bring down the inflammation and the swelling. Devil's claw is in there, and that is shown to suppress inflammation as well and reduce the uric acid, which can cause joint pain and inflammation. So all of the ingredients are marshmallow root, valerian root, horsetail, kelp, devil's claw, and ashwagandha. So nutritive, it's building up, it's helping the body systems to heal those joints, tendons, ligaments, muscles, bones, and it's also very calming for the pets. So quite a different approach. As we mentioned, joint care is kind of removing the bad things. Ligaments and Muscles is kind of building up and giving the good things. One question that we do get is, can we use them together? Yes, they can be used together. What we do suggest is that you start with a smaller dose of both. So morning and evening, maybe in the morning you give just a half a dose of the joint care. The evening, give a half a dose of the ligaments and muscles. And then you can start adding in the other two as well. They can either be given a half a dose each in the morning and the evening, or you could give one full dose of joint care in the morning, a full dose of ligaments and muscles in the evening. Whereas if you're using only one of them, you would give one full dose in the morning, one full dose in the evening. If your pet seems to be improving, you can build that dosage up, but we always suggest that you start a little bit lower in the beginning. And another question that we get is whether or not you can use traditional type joint supplements that contain glucosamine, hydrochloride, chondroitin, MSM, and vitamin C, and that's like your more traditional type supplements. Our Dr. Maggie joint formula contains all of those ingredients, and we do actually suggest that they are used in conjunction with each other, because the joint formula is great for building up extra cartilage and the cushioning and lubrication between those joints. So it works in a very different manner than joint care. and ligaments and muscles. So particularly if you get, a dog is maybe going on, say, 8, 9 years old and is starting to slow down, you're starting to see, in particular after they come in from a run, they seem a little bit slow and stiff. It's a great idea to just use those together because they are acting in such different ways. It's just going to give your pet the greatest chance of having very healthy joints, muscles, ligaments, tendons, and give them the best chance to live the healthiest, longest life possible. So they're all safe to be used together. They all act in very different ways, and beneficial just to provide the best care in the joints. It is one thing to note as well that a lot of pets won't show any pain to their owners until they're in a lot of pain. And that's why we do recommend, just as the pets are starting to age, this is one thing you do start to supplement the diet with. So the first thing I would go with is just even a smaller dose as they're getting towards middle age, and just increase that as they get older. And hopefully you have pets in the best health for as long as possible, enjoying their the ability to run and swim right to the very end. So thanks for joining us for another NaturPet training, and we look forward to joining you for the next one.